Good morning, YouTube. Today I'm bringing you Phase 4 against Smokegun user Mulder, aka YouTube user MoldyMolds. Now, I haven't actually narrated and given a team preview for this team, so I suppose I'll do it now. But before I start, this team's been destroying me. Like yesterday, I got triple 6-0'd using the old version that I had of this team, and I saw that it needs some modifications because it cannot handle offensive rain. It just gets destroyed. So that is why I added the Tyranitar. That is why I added the Skarmory. And I just think that this team works a lot better in terms of handling the rain. But threats on his part are basically the Tornadus, of course. Whether it's Spexed or Life Orbed. You know, Thunderous T is always a major threat. I'm like, I do have Garchomp, but most likely it has Hidden Power Ice, which will, make me think twice about switching in. Breloom, I'm like, he's been running the Poison Heal Breloom. All of yesterday he was running Poison Heal, but this time he's actually using the Tactician Breloom, since if any of you watched the previous battle, you'll see that. And I don't really have anything that can take hits from Breloom that much after it gets a Swords Dance. Like Skarmory is 2-hit KO'd after Stealth Rock damage, and his Ferretrus doesn't really bother me, like, because my Skarmory has Taunt. So as you know, I like taking risks sometimes, and as you're going to see here, I do begin with Mac and Cheese, and he begins with Hulk, and I already know that he's going to U-turn. I'm like, it's pretty obvious there because he thinks I'm going to switch, so I'm just going to stay in. And since I'm choice banned, I'm going to go straight for that low sweep, knowing that Ferretrus is most likely coming in, and low sweep is going to be an easy 3-hit KO since Tactician, choice banned, Breloom is just, it's monstrous. Like, nothing can really switch in on it because of the speed drop and all that, so he's going to make a wise play and Volt switch out, and he's going to send in his own Breloom. And I'm like, okay, he's probably going to Mach Punch. I'll just let the Breloom faint since, nothing can really take hits. And now I can send in Bullet Head, who I know can take Mach Punch from Life Orb Breloom if I have, like, max health, towards max health. And I'm going to be able to destroy this Breloom with a Flamethrower. So basically his Breloom just took out 2 of my Pokemon, but it's okay though because Breloom was one of the major threats, one of the most threatening Pokemon on his team. So now he sends in his Poly, and I'm just going to Earth Power because if he gets up Stealth Rock later, Heatran might not be able to survive. I didn't actually do a damage calculation, but I just figured Heatran did its job for taking out that Breloom, and now I'm going to send in my IQ as 300, the future Albert Einstein, and he's going to withdraw. And I know that he's going to do that, so I'm just going to go for the Scald because I already knew that Thunderous T was coming in, and a Scald would be an easy 2-hit KO, but of course I don't want to stay in, so I'm just going to send in Soft Bake to take any special attack that he does and possibly try and trap him with Pursuit like I did in last game. So here, Mulder's a very smart player, so he's going to just go for the Thunder. He knows that I'm going to go for the Pursuit like I did last time, but here I have a backup. That's why I safely went for it. Knowing that he's most likely choice locked into Thunder, I can easily just send in Game Shark, knowing that he's going to do Thunder again. There's no point of him switching out from this point, so the weather residual damage is going to take out that major threat, Curse Shock. So now he sends in Hypnotoad, and I really don't want to get Toxic or Ice Beam, so I'm just going to send in my IQ as 300. And he's going to go for the Scald, and I was pretty much like, well, I'd actually rather be burned than Toxic to pretty much prolong my longevity, but he does not get the burn, and here he's going to withdraw the Hypnotoad, and I'm just going to go for the Thunder Wave because I want whatever that comes in to get paralyzed. I was hoping that he sent in his Tornadus, but like, he knows I have Thunder Wave, so why is he going to do that? But either way it goes, I can still Scald and KO this Walnut, so now I don't have to worry about Rapid Spinning now. Rapid Spin can actually still be used. That's why I really didn't try and put up any entry hazards with Skarmory or Soft Baked right now. But I'm just going to send in the Soft Bake just in case he wants to go for the Hurricane. I thought he might go for the U-turn, but I just took a risk there. It was a pretty major risk, and here he's going to withdraw Hulk, and since I know that he's going to send back in Hypnotoad, I might as well just get my Stealth Rocks up now. since his rapid spinners fainted, and pretty much I'm just gonna switch out here because, you know, pretty much my IQ is 300, can wall his Hypnotoad all day, and even if he gets the burn for the Scald, it's not going to matter, because from here I'm just going to go ahead and start attacking. He's gonna go for the Scald, and here I'm going to attack him with a Thunder Wave now, just in case he wanted to send in that Tornadus. Just playing a little safe here, you know. Tornadus is still a major threat, and since my Garchomp is like the only thing that can really outspeed it from this point, I need to make sure that it gets Thunder Waved, or try and Thunder Wave it. Even Thunder Waving Caesar would help out, because then I could Scald it before it U-turns. And I tried to go for the Thunder Wave there, thinking that he would switch out then, you know, but he actually doesn't do that. You know, I was thinking, well, he most likely will switch because he just encored me. He wants to get the switch advantage. But I'm going to go ahead and send in Soft Big now, because I'm very specially defensive, and like, look at this Scald. It only does 80 damage times 2, and you know, that's just Soft Big. He's just really soft. He just takes hits for days. And now I'm going to withdraw Soft Big, and I'm going to go into my non-violent. And from this point, it's pretty much like a stall fest in a way, because from this one I'm not going to switch out. I really have no reason to switch out, and I have Roost. I don't have leftovers. I have Rocky Helmet. It's really been doing wonders for me. For Outragers like Dragonite and stuff, gives me time to Roost and Spikes and all that stuff. So here he, as you can see, just goes for the Scald and burn damage and all that stuff. I'm gonna go for the Roost again, pretty much hoping that he'll switch, or hoping that he gets the Parahax. So basically, he gets the Parahax this turn, so I'm like, okay, he still has Caesar, and this may seem odd to a lot of people, but I'm actually going to go ahead and start laying up Spikes. And the reason why I do this is because, should the situation arise where my Game Shark must use Outrage, I want Caesar to be as weak as possible to where it can possibly be a 2-hit KO, so that's why I'm pretty much just roosting, waiting for the Parahax, knowing that I'll survive the next Scald, and then I'm putting up Spikes, you know, slowly just stalling for a reason, not just, you know, blindly stalling. And I get up my second layer of Spikes, and he gets the Parahax again, so Hax is really on my side right now. I'm burned, but it doesn't even matter, because this Skarmory doesn't even attack. It barely attacks. It does have Brave Bird, but that's why it's called non-violent. So as you can see, the next layer of Spikes is put up, and here I'm just going to Roost. You know, just want to make sure that this Skarmory stays alive as possible, death fodder from his Tornadus T, and pretty much he's just hoping for a critical hit here. And I was hoping that he did not get a critical hit here, but I'm pretty much close to max health, so even if he does get a critical, it shouldn't take me out because Rain's not up. And some people may wonder, well, if you want Skarmory to take residual damage from the Spikes, why not Whirlwind? Because if Tornadus T comes in when I Whirlwind, then that's pretty much going to spell big trouble, because he can pretty much destroy my Skarmory from this point. And he does decide to switch out, seeing that his Scalds aren't doing anything, and this is getting nowhere. So from this point, I'm like thinking, okay, Hulk, pretty sure he's going to like go for a U-turn or whatnot, so I'm going to send a Game Shark, and Specs Focus Blast doesn't play around, because Game Shark nearly got destroyed. That was like 65% of its health, and here I go for the Stone Edge. And the reason I don't go for the Outrage is because if he sent Caesar in at that point, Outrage would not have been a 2-hit KO. And Stone Edge might have, like, if he switched Caesar in, Stone Edge would have got a critical hit and destroyed the Caesar. So I'm going to call Game Shark back, because I don't want it to get Ice Beamed, which he did go for. And I didn't want Stone Edge to miss also, didn't want to take that chance. So my IQ is 300, could easily come in, as you see here. And here I'm just going to go for the Scald to take out this Hypnotoad, you know, finally get it out of the way. And here I knew, like, I knew he was going to send in Caesar, and I knew he was most likely going to go for the Pursuit. I should have probably just Scalded, used Scald, and probably would have survived the Pursuit since I'm max defense, but it really didn't bother me too much, because now I can send in Soft Baked knowing that he's locked into Pursuit. And since his only other Pokemon is Tornadus T, if he switches, then I was going to Ice Punch that thing into next week. So he's forced to stay in. He really has no choice, because if he switches, like, it's automatically game over. He has no chance. So here I just go for the crunch, I actually get a critical hit, which didn't really matter since I would have probably still defeated that Caesar, but he switches out, knowing that I'll most likely go for the crunch again, but I actually get the Parahack. So I did go for crunch, but even if I did go for Ice Punch, it wouldn't have mattered. And his Focus Blast does not miss. His Hulk really does smash. Like, I don't think this Focus Blast has ever missed out of the 5 battles that we've had, that I've had against this team. So here he's just going to switch out, and thanks to those spikes and Stealth Rock, he was able to feint. I'm really glad that I put those up, because now this is a really good game. I'm going to switch out Skarmory. I'm going to switch into Skarmory because I pretty much want as much Sandstorm residual damage on this Hulk, because I'm not really sure if Outrage will feint, because I'm Jolly Scarf, not Adamant. But he gets a little bit more residual damage, and I'm going to send in the Garchomp, and the Outrage is going to feint the Hulk. So very good game, Mulder. Our battles are always fun. You're an excellent rival, and Unhappy Carousel, please comment, rate,